So here we are. Let's see. We are in section 7 above Brackenridge. We just left camp a little while ago. This is the trail I'm on. We are headed up 10 Mile Range. It's been pretty difficult trail so far. The first 2.3 miles coming out of Brackenridge were a 9% grade. I figured out this morning from mile 4 to mile 8 averages out to I think a 10 or 11% grade. This is what a lot of what I hike looks like. It's very steep on both sides, and single track through the trees. So here we are, just about ready to break through tree line, which means we're about mile 6. I haven't figured out exactly what the climb has been. There's some of the hills. I have no idea where my track goes. Probably up there someplace. I'm gonna guess probably right there. Probably climbs up through that ridge right there. Hey, I thought this was a pretty little glade. Smokey's enjoying getting his feet wet and getting a nice drink. Yeah. He's quite a little trooper. He's been doing better with the thunder. Sort of laid down the law and said, "You have to come," and he's done it. Except now he's disappeared. Oh, good there. Okay. So that's it. That's my track right there. All right. So we just took a picture down below of movie down below of the glade. Now we're up beyond that trees that you could see in the distance in that shot. And we're starting to climb the hill on the other side. Pretty little stream here. But I thought that you might enjoy seeing the trail. So here is the trail, and there is the trail. So it's really steep. I don't know what that is. It's probably a 30% grade at least. Not fun. Not fun at all. But I see daylight up there, so maybe it's... Of course, I have 1,000 feet to climb, so it's not daylight. Not top yet. Okay, well, we just made it. Me and Spooky just made it to a very small saddle. I don't really think this is necessarily notable. Other than I thought that the view was pretty, and I could show you the trail we just came up. When I was talking about that really steep terrain, it was down in there, approximately. So we're definitely above tree line now. That's Lake Dillon, off in the distance. There you go. Hands aren't all that steady, but... So, the trailhead that I started off from is sort of behind that hill. And that peak right there, let me see. Yeah, that peak the pyramidal peak right there. Let's see if I can zoom into it. I think is Mount Gayat, which we saw from the top of Georgia Pass. So from here, the trail continues on, and you can see up here the switchbacks cut into the hillside. Goes up over there. Now the top, that little saddle right there, is 11,840 feet. My high point today is 12,450 feet, I think. So after I get there, I've got another 600 feet of vertical climbing to do. Okay, so here we are up in that little saddle. This is that saddle. It's 11,840 feet. So that's the southern end of 10 Mile Range, probably peak 3, 2, 3, 4, 3. Let's see, be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Anyway, so here's track. That down there, I believe, is Breckenridge, the town of Breckenridge. So, yeah. So here's where we are, and there's the track. Heads off over the hillside there, and somewhere up there is our ridge top. I don't really know why. Just sort of thought this was a pretty area in here. The trail dips pretty drastically here and then wanders off that way. Still, let me turn around and show you where we've been. That's the traverse. Just came across. Let's see, maybe the tread over in there someplace. Right about there, there we are. So here we are, we're still climbing. This is, I think that probably the ridge is right behind there, but we're looking down onto Breckenridge ski areas right in there right now. And there are three areas of Breckenridge. There's Peak 8, Peak 9, and Mary Jane. And I always, all my life, I've sort of wondered, why is it Peak 8 and Peak 9? Where's the rest of the peaks if there's Peak 8 and Peak 9? You know, are they going to planning on expanding? Well, Peak 8 and Peak 9 are the 8th and 9th peak in the 10 Mile Range. So I don't know if we can see here. Oh, we can't see any of them. There's a bunch of more peaks right behind that mountain. Yeah, this is kind of steep here. It's you don't want to fall off the edge of this path. It's been really sort of hard walking past that last section there because it's all loose rock, and trying to gain a footing on it was kind of challenging. My little Smoky dog is freaking out a little bit because the clouds are coming in. Nothing threatening, but it's clouds, so his nickname is Thunder Dog. He does not like thunder. There is no thunder here, but there's clouds and there could be thunder. Well, yay! We made it to the top here. That's looking south, I guess. Over here is behind that snowdrift, if you were able to look around that, is Lake Dillard. So there's US 9. There's the town of Breckenridge down in there. Over there you can just see the hint of the ski area. Some cornices here. You know, I don't think you really get the idea of how big things are here. These cornices right here, that cornice is probably 20 feet tall, I would guess. Something like that. Maybe a little more. Anyway. Anyway, so here we are. And now we can look over to the east side. And over there will be copper. So I'm going to try to walk. This is unfamiliar tread for me, so if the video doesn't really show anything, I apologize. Oops. Like right now, for example, I'm trying to get my pole someplace where they won't bang and stuff. So we're really up on top of a ridge right now. And so what I'm doing is I'm walking across the ridge. I don't have much of a path here. Oops. That's why I have hiking poles. Much of a path. It's sort of a suggestion at the moment. But just walking across the ridge over to the eastern side. We're at 12,000, I think 450 feet. I'll look it up before I sign off here. I'll show you how I look these things up. I'll probably have software stabilize this. When I walk like this, it makes an awfully shaky image, but oh well. Sort of an interesting viewpoint. So we did the timing really well. I mean, there's really no storm clouds to speak of anywhere in the vicinity, but there are clouds, and anytime there are clouds, Thunderdog, Smokey the Amazing Thunderdog, gets all weirded out. So you can tell he's not in front of me right now. He's on my heels. And pretty much I clip him with my heels almost every step I take. He follows that closely. I hit his pack with my heels on my boots. This is just amazing scenery. You can see all these little flowers. They're just everywhere. None of them are these ice plants or little daisies or whatever they are. Those are probably the biggest ones you'll see. But some of them, like these little white ones, they're just tiny. They're no bigger across than, well, they're smaller than a dime, let's put it that way. So here, get a really nice view of, we do have a little bit more of a tread here. We do get a really nice view of Copper Mountain ski area. And that road down there is on Interstate 70. So considering that Interstate 70 is over there and Interstate 70 is over here, it's obvious that Interstate 70 does a great big loop around some spur of mountains. I have to look at that on the map sometime. Okay, and there's I-70. guess that's I-70 headed off that way. That doesn't seem right. Oh well. And some really pretty mountains right there. I don't know what those are. That's to the south of Breckenridge. Those peaks are. This is that Copper Mountain ski area, I-70 north. I thought I had to stop and tighten my boots, and to every uphill climb, a downhill climb shall follow. And now I'm going to be going down to Copper Mountain trailhead. So I thought you might be interested in seeing the trail that is coming. So this is it here. I just got passed by these bicyclists. So let's see if I can. There's a bicyclist there. If you look over to the right here, you can just see the trail traversing the flank of the hill there. And after that point, it starts a bunch of switchbacks and ends up down there someplace. So I've just made the decision to stop our hike. Smokey is, I don't know if you can see him shaking, he's just terrified of the lightning and thunder. And, it doesn't seem very fair. So we've been holed up for about 2 hours, trying to stay out of the rain and stay dry, and we've been listening to the thunder. That's why Smokey's on a leash right now. He's hooked to me because he has been known to run and go find someplace safe to hide when it's thundering. You can hear the thunder in the background there. Probably also hear the traffic. We're not here yet. Well, that's part of it over there. That's you barely see I-70 there, and Copper Mountain. It's been interesting having all this traffic noise, and there's been a lot of construction and people playing golf, and about 1,000 bicyclists because they ride up on the ski lift and then ride down on the trail. So let me keep my phone out of this thing out. I can't. Well, maybe we'll catch them later. Okay, I'm gonna try to hold this as steady as I can. And I just missed that kid. This is a big pile of snow down at the base of Copper Mountain, and these kids are coming up and doing their snowboarding thing on it. See if I can zoom in a little bit more. There's some up there, getting ready. Of course, there is no lift. I have to hike back up the little hill. It's not that long, it's maybe 100 yards. But these kids are pretty good. I saw one kid do a 360. I lost the hills. There we are. Let's see what this one does. Oh, almost 180. Anyway, so this is the American Eagle lift. Smokey, don't fall. Wherever it is. That's some jumpy things. Pavilion. Probably has people in there eating right now. There's the American Eagle lift. So this is the chairs that they go up on. Given that it's raining, nobody's doing anything. Go figure. And there's the track. There's our track. Headed off that way.